Greetings, fellow beings. We're live and welcome to Thursday. That's right, it is the 9th. The 9th! I can't believe it. We're already January 9. We're coming up on a change of the guard in the administration that I'm looking forward to. Some of you might not be, but I am. I'm looking forward to a change. It will do me good. Hopefully it'll do everybody else good as well. We need to progress forward, but we need to be careful who we let lead us. I think you will all agree. On that note, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into saying hi to each and every one of you. I saw 3 immediate gifties. That's right, from Ruby Hoove, gifting 1 Culture Casino membership and adding on top of that, prayers for all dealing with the fires in California, and there are plenty of them. They keep seemingly igniting magically all around. I wonder how that happens. Kind of upset, but I am happy that many of you made it nice and early into this abbreviated 6-minute daily, because we've got plenty of places to go today, and we've got to thank Liberty Hall's Cat for a Culture Casino gifty. That's right. We have to say hi to the lovely Cynthia Carter. I am well, but still recovering from whatever the creepy crud was that I had starting on Christmas Day. We've got an amazing set of gifties from Mark Nichols. See, I can almost do it now. 10 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. And as D.L. Fendel says, whoop, whoop. That's right. Follow the Bradley's Fun is here, along with a raid. Brian Mack is here. Good morning. And we've got another gifty from our good friend Hoove with the marvelous mustache. Oh, you guys, thank you so very much for contributing to the great strength of this channel. Your subscribers and members, you are all appreciated. And there's Hanging with Erica and Raph. Check out that channel. Check out Follow the Bradley's Fun. Check out all of the amazing people that we have here. Well, there's Randall Orser. He's from Canada. He's a Canadian. He is. True story. Oh, am I a silver fox? I feel like a silver fox. Is that what you call the older, good-looking fellas now? Silver foxes? I don't know. But I know this. We got lots of folks out there like Donovan Bradford. We've got some imagination over there on the green machine. We got Weatherman. We got BMO Betta. We've got the lovely Pam Ebson over there in the UK. It's good to see you, dear. I hope to see you later. We got the return of the H-Cast after a series of shows. You won't have to touch that dial. Right, Carl Singh? This is the second weekend, almost the second weekend of 2025. It's true. Walter Tomaszewski, I got back to you via the direct message. We got Phoenix Knight out there. Good to see you. The Bad Cap checking in. All of it. Californians out there. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've seen many friends and family be concerned about their homes. Lots of people losing them. It's terrible. And we'll get to that. It's part of the stories today. So yeah, not great. Everything burns, sadly. Barney Fife is out there. You know, I've heard of everything must go, but right now, let's have everybody in California, please be safe. SG is correct. Watch out. A lot of evacuation orders lifted, but that's often because the damage has been done. Crazy White Boy is out there. Weatherman, thank you. Janet Z, thank you. Look at all these amazing people. Dapper Bard Games, thank you. We got Wonder Girl. Good morning, Wonder Girl. And Butter Biscuit 92. Sup? Hello. Hello, Houston. Hello, Mark Fields is going to send you positive vibes. I hope they help. I'll send you positive vibes to all of my California friends. There's so many of you. All my Hollywood friends. Malibu friends. Crazy stuff. All right, we got to go. That's right. We got to get into it. This abbreviated show today, because that Park Place Live comes up here right afterwards. You'll be automatically redirected to check out the Morning Magic. True story. Dylan Soup. I know you're going to be at Morning Magic. Who else? Many much else's people. Got so much stuff going on. Razor Fist. Yeah, he did give an epic rant this morning, didn't he? Yep, voting badly will give you this, like the reduction in fire services, which we're going to talk about as the first story on the 6 Minute Daily. That's right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. Let's start here. LA Mayor Karen Bass is silent, stony-faced, as she refuses to answer questions about, well, why the wildfires are as bad as they are, and if it is about her giant reduction in what she damaged the fire services. She did. She wrecked it. Not to mention the fact that she's a big fan, and many of these people have been, of DEI, ESG, and things that basically make it so, well, you may not have the most qualified people in positions to help you. This is the problem. Your politics, your efforts that you think are all these good-hearted and, little soft on things are going to help you or the citizens around you, when it never does. It hurts you. And that's basically what's happening in California right now. Don't want to politicize it too much. Obviously, major disasters happen all the time. This happened all the way back in 83 in the Malibu area, which I remember well. But the fire breaks out in the Hollywood Hills all of a sudden in the middle of the evening, or later into the evening, I should say. The area around the Hollywood Bowl. They were able to, I think, squash that pretty quickly, but you can't imagine how many people spend time in that particular area. I believe they called that the Sunset Fire. So, lots of fires springing up, and maybe not necessarily because of the other fires, if you know what I mean. We've got Oscar nominations being delayed all the way to the 19th of the month. That extends voting 2 days, in fact. You've got wildfires killing out, nailing, destroying, whatever you want to call it. Use whatever slang you prefer. But 2,000 structures have burned across Los Angeles. It's nasty. Santa Monica is wrecked. The area around Will Rogers Beach largely destroyed. I mean, things that I love, gone. You also have production halted, as a matter of fact. Fallout Season 2, Abbott Elementary, Grey's Anatomy, Hacks, Suits LA, blah, blah, blah. Tons of television shows are going to be delayed several days, if not longer, because of these fires. Not a good time for LA right now. The Diddy Docuseries, speaking of fires, is revealing that the inner circle and survivors are spilling the tea. That's right. You have the ID 4-parter, Fall of Diddy, will debut on January 27th and 28th. We're talking about everything from RICO, violent behavior, and all the other illegal activity, including marketing people who don't want to be marketed in a way that isn't exactly legal, or actually is terribly illegal, along with racketeering. Not great charges, not a great future for Diddy. Speaking of not a great future, Jay-Z has filed another dismissal. That's right, another, basically the same case he filed before for the very same reasons, for the very same person. The judge okayed it, so she's going to look at it. We'll have to see how it goes down. But I don't know, unless money changed hands, who knows? Who knows? And that'll be the largest question asked, how much corruption was involved if this guy doesn't get in trouble for things that he has reportedly done. Or allegedly done. That's probably the safer way to say it. Speaking of the safer way to say it, well, CNN avoided that, didn't they? They end up on this defamation trial where the security consultant himself, Mr. Young, has testified on the text where he's telling the reporter no Afghan is expected to pay for evacuation costs. That's right, because as was reported yesterday when I did the same story on the 6 Minute Daily, he was getting funded by others, like corporations, other news organizations, etc., to get these people out of there. And what he charges is his business, since, it's incredibly dangerous and he takes all the risk. Regardless, CNN thought it was unfair, and so they did some very unfair practices in malice, which is going to be proved in this court case. It'll also take the media into a more responsible place, we hope. But irresponsible people get handed things every day, like James Mangold, who's a liar, and he doesn't want to be handcuffed by Star Wars lore, so he's going to go way back in time so he doesn't have to pay attention to it and get destroyed. the legacy of Star Wars even more. Speaking of destroying legacies, TikTok execs are sharing a bright future despite the fact, well, they're at the Supreme Court, I believe, either today or tomorrow to stop, or at least temporarily stay, the ban on the platform in the United States. But at the meanwhile, at the same time, whatever you want to say, billionaire Frank McCourt's Project Liberty is proposing purchasing TikTok's U.S. assets and staving off this problem. You've got Nvidia and their new GPU launching an avalanche of entertainment-related announcements, and I'm going to buy my own AI machine. That's all it's going to do. Speaking of which, Meloni says that Italy is exploring deals on telecom security. They desperately need it. So do we, apparently. Denies talking to Musk directly. That's interesting. We have another story from those stowaways that were dead in the wheel well of a plane, raising some concerns about security. Well, yeah. Again, another result of DEI and ESG is that we don't get qualified people in jobs we need them in. Meta's rolling back their quote-unquote hate speech rules, which I always thought was ridiculous because you can hate speech all you want. You can say speech that people don't like. It's called freedom of speech. And it's just what people hate, even if it's even if it's true. Music is still too loud. All right, you know what? I'm sorry for that, folks. Let's just get rid of it. All right. Let's get to the last couple of stories. We will in the brief bonus time that we have. We're going to jump on the issues with tariffs, or at least the perceived issues with tariffs, or at least what these so-called news organizations think are the perceived problems with tariffs. I need to fix that audio. I do not know why it reverts back to that high volume, but I will say this. Trump's tariff threat spurs auto suppliers to rethink production plans. That's right. They moved them all into other countries where they could avoid tariffs if they brought in these parts. That's no longer going to work. So that's going to be that. And I'm very sorry that it was too loud. I don't know why that happened again. We will rectify it. We'll rectify it completely. In fact, I just removed the music layer. Let's see. We've got the pound plumbing a 14-month low. That's right. It dropped down well below where it's been for quite some time. And that's all based on some really bad government choices as far as their spending. So that's no bueno. And finally, a bear story, but maybe not one people want to hear about. Let's talk a little bit about Biden moving to protect grizzly bears before Trump comes to power. Now, what does this really mean? Well, Trump's administration was trying to remove restrictions from ranchers and people that were being subjected to grizzly bear casualties to just alleviate a little bit of that, right? So if a grizzly bear showed up on your land and or attacked one of your cattle or whatnot, whatever your livestock is, you could eliminate them. They're well over 2,000 grizzly bears. In fact, I don't think they've done a proper census on the bears of late. So I think that's a huge problem. Let's see. We've got them trying to protect quote unquote 2,000 they don't even really know 2,000 grizzly bears in 4 Rocky Mountain states that they consider flyover country outside of California. So they really are engaged in actions that they don't truly understand. The bears are now back on the ESG and the endangered species group, or ESL, endangered species list, or whatever you want to call it. Regardless, this is going to cause hardship for our food supply. So we'll have to see how this is. And I'm just not a huge fan. I love bears, you guys know that. I do not love some of the actions that have been taken by humanity to either improve their survival rate or to cull them. I think that you do a seasonal bear hunt and you solve a lot of these problems, just like with other pests that are also part of an ecosystem that we can't get rid of or eliminate, like deer. There are now too many deer in too many parts of the United States that will cause them to have a mass die-off event occur. and or becomes so much of a nuisance that it causes problems for other species. This happens all the time. We just have to have proper management, and that includes wildlife management and land management, neither of which we seem to be doing very well with under the current administration or under the current departments. They're not doing their job. They have not in quite some time, and it has harmed and hassled humanity and wildlife alike. And we need to fix that. We need people of merit in positions of power. Um, and we need them to, do the best to be good stewards of both land and animal. That hasn't happened in quite some time either. Anyway, I absolutely love bears. You guys know that, but they do need to be managed as with everything else. Okay? Anyway, that's all of my thoughts for today during bonus time. We've got the morning magic coming up here in just about 2 minutes. So I'm going to let you go hang out with That Park Place live for morning magic with Jonas, J. Campbell, and Vash Sky, and probably Marvin, the movie monster. All right, folks, have a great day. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, see ya.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to Culture Casino yet?
Well, no,
Certainly.
Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.